Hi Floss-tube, I'm Kim Chamberlain and welcome to my channel. I'm the Canal Town Stitcher and it has been a couple of months since I've been able to film, but I'm excited to get here today and give you an update on all the things that I've been stitching and all the things that have been going on. I have lots to share because I literally put my whip parade up and it has been since I've filmed. Normally I try to film at least once a month, but the months of February and March definitely got away from me. I had a lot going on in my personal life and just some things that I didn't stop stitching, but you know, life has been hectic and I just didn't get to a point where I felt like I could film. So here I am with an update and all the whips and everything that I've been working on. As far as life updates go, everything's still plugging along here. My husband has started a job like last April, and he travels a lot, and so he's been traveling a lot. And so that's part of the reason why I just haven't had a chance to film, because he's just gone a lot and I'm like single parenting and I have to do everything for the kids and I have to be available and I'm tired. I just get tired. So I did go to the Barefoot Needle Art retreat in February. I have stuff to share for that. I have a little bit of haul. I have some free patterns that I was able to pick up while I was there. Lots to talk about. So I think what I'm going to do is just get going into the stitching and then we'll talk about all the haul and all the things, and I can update you on some of the fun stuff that I've been doing. And then hopefully this will start the trend to every month again, or so, every 5 or 6 weeks or so. All right, so let's just get started. I have no order to anything. I haven't done my nails in a while, so please don't be judgy. I was gonna do my nails and fix them and all of the things, but if I say I can't do this before I do that, then I'm gonna be putting this off for another day, and I didn't want to do that. So we're just gonna get started. So I have just a bunch of whips that I've been working on. I don't have a whip go this year. I was going to do one. Again, life got in the way of me setting that up, so I just didn't. So now I just pretty much stitch on whatever I feel like stitching on. So some things have gotten progress and some things have not. And I'm just going to pull from what I've been working on and just share it, just show it to you. I hope it's not too much with all of the noise of the project bags and all of this and that. And I'm going to try to put things away as I go so that I don't make a big mess in my bedroom here. But the first one I'm going to share with you is St. Nicholas and Snow Owl. This is in the Cross Stitch For the Love of Cross Stitch magazine, January 1992, and I am stitching this one right on the front. And it was bothering me that I had like this owl that didn't have any eyes. So one day I was like, you know what, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna stitch these eyes on so that this owl now has eyes. And I have my board right here, and so this is where he is now. So much better with eyes. I was able to get the top of the head done, and I was working my way down through here. So I do love this piece. I'm stitching it on 32 count even weave. It's Blue Azul from Swigert, I think. It's super nice to stitch on. It's very, very, very smooth. All of this is DMC. I'm also almost to 1,000 subscribers, thanks to some friends from who have shouted me out, and I will shout them out a little bit later in the video when I go over everything that's happened. I did not work on this. I should not pull this out. I did not work on that. I took that with me, but I didn't work on it. Did work on this. All right, this is Frosty Forest. This is by Country Cottage Needleworks. I finished a block and I started another. This has 9 panels. I'm stitching this on French gray. I can't remember the name of this fabric. I do have the sticker in here though. The sticker will tell me what it is so that I'm not giving you the wrong color. I got this piece of Aida. It's 16 count Aida. I got it from Hobby House Needleworks a few years ago. But now I can't remember what color it is on. It's on French something. It's by Picture This Plus. I can't remember the name of it now. If I think of it when I'm editing, I will put it in the description box. Or I'll put it along the bottom here. This is the block I finished. And then I'm starting this block up here. And I like this. I'm gonna finish this as a pillow, which is what a lot of people have done with this one. And actually in the camera and with the sunlight, it looks so pretty. It's gonna drive me a little batty. Just a little disclaimer. If I seem like I'm scattered, I am a little bit. I don't know why. I'm having like little bits of perimenopause, I think. Gets in the way of my rational thought and the way that I think to speak. Also, I am always looking for something in one of my videos. And so if you don't like somebody that's looking for a picture on their iPad, then I'm probably not the channel for you. Because I'm always looking for a picture. I do my best. I don't take a lot of time to prepare for these. Otherwise, they just wouldn't get made. I don't have anybody at home right now. My daughter's at work. My son is with my husband, and they're going to be going to pick her up. And so nobody's home right now. So this was the perfect time. So I just grabbed my bins, and here I am. Here I am. All right, this is Land That I Love by Teresa Kogut. And the last time I showed this, I had finished all of the border and I had some of this done. And then at the retreat in February, I worked on this. And I got some more of the top border done. And I don't think I'm going to do the whole border before I start on the inside, but I definitely want to have some of the border done. So there is what I have done on the border, besides the whole border matching up. So I had finished that in October, and then I've worked my way across. So I've been working my way across. It is coming along. This is on a piece of 32 count Belfast linen in the color Natural Raw. This is another piece that I got from Hobby House Needleworks that David cut for me. They cut and serge all of the fabric for you. I go there every summer. I'm originally from there. I live in North Carolina now, but I'm originally from Palmyra. Well, originally, I'm from a place called Honeoye, New York. And if you know where Honeoye, New York is, put a little emoji or something in the comment section, because I would love to hear from people that actually know where Honeoye is. Honeyway is a very small little lake community in the Finger Lakes region of New York. And that is where my husband and I both graduated from high school. And we moved to Farmington, New York when we first got married. And then we moved to Macedon. And then we ended up buying a house in Palmyra, which was our last house in New York before we bought a house here in North Carolina, because I live in Jacksonville, North Carolina now. I did not work on this, and I did not work on that. So neither one of those are going to be shown. I didn't work on that either. All right, that's it for this bag. Put this down. So yeah, that's where my name, the Canal Town Stitcher, came from, actually, because I lived literally less than a mile, well, less than 2 miles from the Erie Canal in Palmyra. And that's where I was living when I started this channel a long time ago. All right, next up is a Dimensions kit. This is Santa ornament. I heard the saddest thing, that Dimensions isn't a thing anymore. And now everybody is buying up all of these kits. All of their kits, I guess. Which is sad, because there were a few I wanted. But, you know, I guess if you don't jump on it when it's available, you just don't get it. I put a lot of work into this in the last month. I don't know why. These have just been very easy stitches for me, and that's what I've been looking for. So here is where I am now. Nice, easy stitches. It's coming along beautifully. I love these ornaments. If you can snag some of them, I would go ahead and do that. They have all come out really, really, really good. And all of a sudden it just got a little bit darker in here, but hopefully you could see that okay. This one is Busy Santas. It is by Stitchrovia. So here I am, just pulling up the picture so that you guys can see it. So I apologize for the, I don't know, 32 seconds that it's going to take for this app to load, which I don't know why it's going to load, so it takes so long to load. Let's go into my good notes. It's in there too. Oh my goodness. Like, everything is slow. Oh, you know why? Well, no, that shouldn't be a problem. I can't use my phone to look it up. So I guess we'll go on to the next one. And then when this is ready, because this is, I don't know why, but it's like going up pokey slow. We'll go back to that one. All right, this is the Beach Retreat 2026 from Barefoot Needle Art pattern that we got at our February retreat. And I did start this. I got the kit at the retreat, and so it came with everything that I needed, and I'm doing it on 32 count Lugana. Everything is called for, and I've been working on this here or there since I got home, and that is my progress on that. Isn't this fabric so pretty? And that is where I am so far. It's been a very fun stitch. It's still, okay, now it's loaded. Now I should be able to go back to Busy Santas and show you that one. Now that it's loaded. Yes, it's by Stitchrovia. I'm doing it with all the called for DMCs. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it's going to look like when Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm waiting for that. That's gonna wait another minute. Next up, like this is like so like tedious. All right, here's another one by Country Cottage Needleworks. This is Bunny Hop. I had started this a couple of years ago, and then I had run out of the grass color, which is avocado, by the way. I thought it was moss, but it's not. And so I finally got the rest of the colors that I needed to work on this, and I started working on this again during the retreat, and then I put some stitches on it the day before Easter as well. This is also going up on a piece of 32 count natural. This is Wutchelt family fabric, I think. And that is where it is now. So I got some of those bunnies done, or not bunnies, I mean carrots done. Filled in some more of the grass. This is very stitch heavy. There's a lot of stitches in it. It is a very easy stitch though. I don't know. I should be able to put more time in it this week. It's downstairs with my active whips, so it's one of those ones that I can just pick up if I want to. And now this is ready. Now Busy Santa's is ready. You can all laugh at me later. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. Oh my goodness. There we go. I think it's adorable. It's so cute. I saw it on Etsy and I was like, I want that. So I just bought it. I got it off of Stitcherovia's site on Etsy. I'm stitching it on a piece of 32 count Monaco. Is it 32? That I got from, no, it's 28 count. Monaco that I got from Joann Fabrics a while ago, obviously. And I was working on this a little bit yesterday too. But here is where I am now. Oh, all of a sudden the sun went behind a cloud. So cute. So I put a lot of stitches in. I do have this on markup. And I don't know. I don't pay attention to percentages. I'm not that kind of stitcher. Sorry about that. That was loud. Okay, next up. I did not work on that. I wanted to, but I didn't. I did not work on that. I did spend a little time on this. Not very much. This is my Fruit of Plenty by Modern Folk Embroidery. I spent a little time on this, so it is in a hoop still. So I was working on it. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. And I'm using the colors 932 and 644, right? Yes, and 644 for mine. And I am working on the second page. And hang on, let me put it on this. Make it a little easier for you to see it. So I've done all of this page, and now I'm working on the second page in here. So I just did that. I finished up some stitching in here and came around down in here. This is a wonderful piece to work on. I'm stitching it on 32 count Belfast linen in the color Antique White. It's going to be massive. But I look forward to hanging it in my dining room because that's essentially where I want it to go. What else is in this bag of wonder here? This one. This is Sweater Weather. It is by Stitching with the Housewives, and it is done, except for a little bit at the bottom, right? Did I finish this? I might have finished this. Hang on, let me look. No, it's done. It is complete. Here's the finish. Woohoo! I finished this. And there it is. I'm gonna do another one like over here. I have the Hello Winter one. I'm gonna do that one too, I think. Like on this side. So I'm gonna use some more of this fabric for that, but it didn't come out so cute. What I like is that I can do the chalkboard ones on like more of a natural, and the colors will pop just as beautifully on that. This is 32 count Lugana. I don't know the color. It was a scrap piece of fabric I got from Hobby House Needleworks. It is a picture this plus or Zweigert. It's one of them. It's got an orange line. Okay, that's it out of this bag. There are other things to show you in this bag, but no whips to show you in this bag. Okay. Next up is I get super close to my camera because you wanted me to be bright and like front and center. All right, I've been working on this one quite a bit. This one is Hope. It is another one of the Dimensions ornaments. I have almost all of the snow globe part done now. And I've been working inside the polar bear, so I got all of this done. And then I want to finish this part down and around and finish all of this soon. Like I said, these have been calling to me, but they're so easy that I think that's why. It's just like, they're just a very simple stitch. I can just pull one out. Everything I need is in it. I keep a pair of scissors with each one. So I can just drop them in my bag and just go. There's another one I've been working on. This is Believe. This was a new start, actually. I just started this not very long ago. And this is my progress on that one. I love working on these. Like I said, they're just very easy stitches. Okay. Did I work on this? I think I might have. This is, yes, I did. I worked on this during the retreat. So this is Honey of a Tiny Town. I like to show it like this. Heart and Hand. I have two of these, but this is the only one that I have started. And it's in the hoop still, which I know is super bad. So nobody come for me, okay? I'm gonna get one of those steamers, I think. Anyways, this is where I am on it. I finished the house and then I got this started over here. And I just have the White House here and some sunflowers to go. And then I have to go back through and put all of the bees' wings in because they're all like little loops. I don't know. I have to figure out how to do it. And then I also have the buttons too because I bought this and the buttons came with it. And then it will be done. And I do have something to mount it on. And honestly, I'm going to have to pry it away from my husband because right now, I got it from Ollie's. If you want stuff to mount stuff on and you don't want to pay full price, go to Ollie's. They have all kinds of stuff in the back. Anyways, so it says tequila, fun, and sunshine on it. And it's like the perfect size for that. And my husband has grabbed it and he keeps putting it all over the house. It's like a little game. Where am I going to find it now? I'm going to find it in the living room. I'm going to find it in the front room. I'm going to find it somewhere. Anyways, I told him, don't fall in love with it because I bought that for something specific. All right, this is the Fox. It is by Cottage Garden Samplings. It is getting beat up, but this is what it's going to look like when it's done. I've been working on this quite a bit since the retreat. I worked on it during the retreat and I've been working on it since. And it's on a piece of Nocturne, sorry. Picture this plus 32 count Belfast linen. And this is where I am now. I started from the bottom because this is a small piece of fabric and I wanted to make sure that I was going to have enough. And I'm 95% sure that I do. Isn't it stunning? It's so pretty. This is the tail. I just love it. So I don't think that there'll be any problem getting it to fit onto this fabric. It'll fit. So, and it's gonna look beautiful on it. Okay. Nope. Nope. Right? Nope. No. Nope. What you're hearing me say nope to is the ones that I just have not worked on since my whip parade. I've spent a lot of time on quite a few projects. This one I did work on. I worked on this one a little bit. This is Hello Dear. This is by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. Hang on. Oh my goodness, stop. There. And I decided to do the whole bottom first. Well, I started with this big bird in the middle and then I kind of worked my way down because that tree trunk and all of that, that's a lot of heavy stitching and I wanted to get it done. So that's what I did. And during the retreat, I actually finished the presents at the bottom. This is being stitched on a piece of 28 count Smoky White by Zweigert. And that's where I am now. So I just have the rest of the grass to do. I finished this part up during the retreat. all the called for DMCs. No. I have to do some thinking though, because it's hard to remember. I worked on this a little bit. This is It's Snow Time. Also by Cottage Garden Samplings. You're going to notice that I have a lot of their patterns. I love stitching their work. I did work on this. I got the whole bottom of the snowman done. And now I am working on his face. This is being stitched on a piece of 32 count Belfast, no, 30, this is even weave, 32 count even weave, and I think it's platinum. So this is a lot of white stitching, and if you don't like white stitching, then this probably would be a hard project, but I have enjoyed it. I started this in August of 2022. I think it would be nice to have that done this year. It's heavy on the white, but it's still cute. I've enjoyed it. I saw this actually done, like complete, at the retreat. There's a model of it hanging at Barefoot Needle Art. Okay, next. Nope. 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 It's a nopes. I didn't work on any of this stuff. I took a lot of stuff with me and I didn't get to it at the retreat. I did work a little on this. And I think that's it. This is Let's Talk Stitching by Hands On Design. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. I really didn't get too much done on this, but I worked on it some. I'm working my way around this hoop. And that, it's going on 16 count charcoal, Ada. And there it is. So I'm working my way around this hoop. I'm almost done. Maybe I'll work on this some today. My husband told me to stitch. He said, why don't you just sit down and stitch? Because I had to work this morning. Today is Saturday. Oh my goodness. Today is Saturday, April 11th, 2026. I don't know what episode this is because I stopped counting 2 years ago. Anyways, I had to work this morning because in North Carolina, it's very different from my teaching in New York. But in North Carolina, here in my district, and I'm not complaining, I don't want anybody to take this and think I'm complaining, but it's a tiny little bit of a, because we had 2 snow days in February because we had a lot of snow, like for here, up to 18 inches in some places. And when we have snow days, they don't work them into my salary. So I either have to take them as a leave day or I have to work the Saturdays that they tell me to. I worked both Saturdays that they told me to because I didn't want to take them as leave days. I'm not complaining because actually working on a Saturday, it's quiet in the building. I get a lot done. I got a lot of work done today, but it is a little bit of a because, you know, everywhere else that I've worked, I've had snow days built into my salary because it's not it's not anything I could control. It's not like I said, I really want the weather to be really bad, so I'm going to control the weather, and then I will get a day off for free. But anyhow, I don't want to complain because I do love my job and I want to keep it. So there's that. That's why you won't ever see me complain about anything work related on my YouTube channel. I will not complain about anything because I like my job and I want to keep it. Okay. So that's all the stitching that I worked on. Obviously, I had a lot of projects that I worked on. And I feel pretty good about the progress that I've been making. I did have a finish. I finished the hot cocoa project, and I don't have that in here. I don't know where it is. I think it might be in my closet, but I'm not going to go get it. Maybe when it's fully finished, I'll show that to you again. But that was one of my whips when I did my whip parade, and I want to mention it. Okay, so what did I bring home from the retreat? I brought home a lot of things. I brought home a lot of patterns that were in the free bin. If you have an opportunity to go to a retreat, I didn't know this, but I learned it, when I first went. But they had like a freebie table. And on the freebie table, there's patterns, fabrics, all kinds of things. I did pick up a whole bunch of fabric, but they're like, some of them are scrap pieces and things like that. And I don't want to go get them. They're in my closet, and I don't want to bore you with the time that it would take me to go get them. But I'm just going to show you some of the patterns that I was able to get. So, I got this freebie pattern from Susan Robedy, A Gardener's Needle. Anyway, she gave these out for free. I don't really want to show you the PDF, but it is a very cute bird. If you are interested, you can go to A Gardener's Needle, or you can probably search it on Google, and I'm sure it would be there. I got, all of these were in the freebie bin now. From Annabella's Needle Art, I got All Things Autumn Retreat 2023. So this was in the freebie bin. I love anything like fall, squirrels, pumpkins. So of course, when I saw this, I grabbed it. This is from Annabella's Needle Art, Happy at Home Winter. I liked this too. Anything with a cardinal. If you have been following me for a minute, you know that I love cardinals and I stitch a lot of them. So, had a cardinal on it. I got this Dimensions kit, the whole thing, unopened. I don't know who put this in there, but I was very thankful for it. It's lovely, and I'm going to stitch it with all the kit things. It's called Victorian Charm. So I am looking forward to this. I think this is going to be a super fun stitch. And so I am going to start that soon. I got Silver Creek samplers. You'll know they are also one of my favorites. What is it? Reaping Love. I was going to say I Love You to Death, but that's not the name of it. I like Halloween. If you follow my channel, you know that I stitch a lot of Halloween. This is All Dolled Up by Little House Needleworks. Peace on Earth. Winter Sheep. Copyright 2010. Anyways, it's cute. I love this. I'll stitch this for sure. And again, there's a little cardinal on there. That's a button, but I'm sure I can find something. Here's the Long Dog samplers. This is actually Pandemic. Which I have never done a Long Dog sampler before. So, Nine Playful Puppies. I got this pattern so that I could do 2 of the dogs. So I have a Westie. I don't know if you notice back here. This is not my Westie. This is a painting I bought for my husband because we have a Westie and my husband loves my Westie. And actually this picture looks just like Eddie. But there's a Westie. It's right here. I'm going to stitch that dog. And then also down here, I'm going to turn this dog into my dog Charlie by making his ears apricot. And some spots on him apricot. Because that would be for Charlie. It's so adorable. I got a Robin's Discovery. This is by Luminous Fiber Arts, Misty Purcell. I don't have a lot of Easter patterns. I'm going to stitch this because it's not cutesy. It's not like a pastel-y bunny. I don't really love pastel bunnies, but I like this. I like the robin. I got Autumn Cloche. I could not believe this was in the freebie bin. Like, I could not believe this. Everybody is stitching this. It's by Hello from Liz Matthews, who I also love. I had to have it. I had to have it. So this was in the freebie bin. And then the rest of these I bought. So I bought this one to make a birth sampler from it. I know it's about Jesus, so I don't need everybody in the comments going, I think that one's for Christmas. I know it is, but I liked it enough, and I'm going to stitch it, and I'm going to put his name on it, and it's going to be his birth sampler, and that's that. It says, The Miracle of You. It says, sent from heaven's brightest star. What a miracle you are. And I'm sorry for the glare, but I don't want to take it out of the package. I love it. I am not stitching. This is all Krynic. I am not doing that. I'm going to choose a beautiful gold DMC. I'm going to stitch it with that. Maybe like 38.52 or something like that. 38.51. The other one that I got is Through the Storms. And my husband and I have been married for 26 years. I've already stitched a Silver Creek Samplers Lighting the Way. I stitched that for our wedding sampler. It has the year we were married on it, and it just embellishes, and like in the saying on that like really just touched me with my husband's relationship. And in the last year, we've had a lot of changes and shifts that have come into our family, especially since my husband now travels about 80 to 85% of the month. A lot of times I only see him for maybe a week, and then on the weekends for the rest of the month. So when I saw this, it really like spoke to me about it. And it says, no relationship is all sunshine, but 2 people can share one umbrella and walk through the storms together. And so I am going to stitch this, and this is just going to kind of commemorate this time of our marriage, because it's so different from how we have been before. And I just really believe that this is going to be our story for this time. And then, you know, as time goes on, and maybe when I'm able to retire, I'll be able to travel with him more, which I would really love to do, and spend that time with him, because he is special, very, very special. And then while I was at Barefoot Needle Art, I also picked up the last 3 of the Country Cottage Needleworks Boardwalk patterns that I needed. So now I have all 7. So I have the Beach Boardwalk. I have the Beach Boardwalk ice cream shop. Sorry. And the surf shop. And those were the 3 that I didn't have. So now I have all 7 of those patterns, and I just need to get the fabric and I'll be able to start those. Okay. So a little bit of some of what's been going on. We'll kind of shift into that. My husband's been traveling a lot. I've said that a couple of times, but in March, I had the opportunity to fly to Washington, D.C. and attend an event with him. It was on March 13th. It was called the Pink Tie Party. It was held at, where? Oh my goodness, why am I drawing a blank on it? It was huge. I keep wanting to say Penn Station, but that's not correct. It was a train station though. Oh my God. It'll come to me. Anyways, it was amazing. I got to dress up. I'll put pictures of my husband and I in here. We had a fabulous time, and like trying to get there was like so hard because he told me about it like a week and a half before the event. And I was like, no, I don't have enough time. I would have to take time off from work, and I would have to get a dress, and who's going to drive the kids everywhere? Like, how are we going to make this happen? And he was like, okay, like if you really want to go, I can get you a ticket. And I was like, okay, well, then I talked to my friends at work. I talked to my sister. Everybody was like, you've got to go. Like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You've got to go. And so on Monday night, I was like, okay, maybe I'll go. So then I told my husband, okay, I think I might go. And it was on Friday. And I said, but I really want to get there the night before so that I'm prepared. I don't want to try to get ready after just getting there. So he booked me a plane ticket on Thursday. Wednesday night, I had to go get a dress and shoes and all the things. It was crazy. But then on Thursday night, trying to get there, I had a flight out of Jacksonville, North Carolina. It was going to take me to Charlotte. And then from Charlotte, I was flying into DC. I didn't have anybody to pick me up. I was going to have to use an Uber for the first time ever. I have never used Uber before. My husband's trying to talk me through how to do it. It's so easy, blah, blah, blah. Just download the app and all that. So I was like stressed about that. And then I'm sitting, I like got out of work. I had to move 3 cars out of the car line to get to the airport. I'm sitting there. There was a huge storm that had come through. I'm not thinking anything of it. We have had lots of huge storms that came through. Next thing I know, the neighbor from behind my house sends me pictures of my backyard and says, currently this is your fence. And we have a fence that goes all the way around our backyard. And our backyard is about the size of a soccer field. And the whole fence is down. Like the whole back side of the fence is down. It's sitting in my neighbor's yards. And I was like, oh my gosh, come to find out, like a microburst had come through, an F1 tornado had hit, and our fence was down. So here I'm at the airport, like stressed about the kids letting the dogs out, because my oldest is 21 and he was coming to kind of stay at the house with my 15-year-old and my 17-year-old. And so I'm stressed out about the dogs, and I'm like, don't open the back door, don't let them out, don't let them, like don't just let them go because there's no fence there. And so I'm calling my husband. I'm like, you should see these pictures. He's in the car. He's traveling somewhere. I don't know where he's traveling to, but he was in New Jersey, and I think he was heading to another place to have a meeting or whatever. And unbeknownst to me, he was actually on his way to the airport because he was going to pick me up so I wouldn't have to take an Uber. But that's another sweet thing that my husband was planning to do for me. But I didn't know that. So I'm, in a hot panic trying to figure out what to do about this fence that's down, and it's, ruining my night. And next thing I know, I'm like, my flight was supposed to take off at 5 o'clock and we're not loading, like we're not boarding the plane. So we get a update flight's delayed. Get another update, flight's delayed more. Now I'm getting an update, you're not going to make your connection. Great. Now I'm getting an update, you know, like I get rebooked onto a different flight. I'm like, this will be fine. I'm getting rebooked on another flight. I've got a new boarding pass, a new layover, connecting flight. It's going to be good. Nope. The flight was never going to take off from there. I don't know why. I really don't. Other planes were coming and going, but not mine. So I was like so defeated. By 8 o'clock, I was leaving. I didn't have a flight. I didn't know what I was going to do. And I thought, I'm not going to make it to this event. I'm not going to make it to this event. If I can't make it to this event, I'm, you know, I don't know. I tried everything. So my husband gets on the phone with American Airlines, and he's able to book a flight for me out of Wilmington in the morning, direct flight to Washington. I just had to get to Wilmington's airport by 10. Well, before that, obviously, my flight was at like 10 or so. And I landed at just 11:30 on Friday morning, and my husband picked me up from the airport. We had a wonderful afternoon. We went to lunch, and we strolled a little bit around, and I had plenty of time to get ready for the event. And then we went to the event, and that was just amazing. I met some really cool people and had just like the best night. And then we flew home on Saturday, and it was like this huge whirlwind of an event. And I felt like I was totally out of place because I'm just a teacher from, you know, North Carolina. I was meeting millionaires at this event, and I was like, who am I right now that I'm at this event and I'm able to like meet with these people? And like, I was just in awe that I was able to go, and my husband and I were able to do it together. It was the first event that we've ever been invited to like that. And I'm sure that there will be others. My husband's job, you know, we're fortunate that he right now is doing well, and he loves what he does. And I don't love that he travels as much, but it's okay. It's going okay. But that was an exciting day and an exciting event, and I was just very happy that I was able to go. So that's just one of the things that has kind of gotten into the way of me, you know, filming a video. In addition to that, I'm struggling a little bit with some health things, nothing serious that I know of at the moment, but just some stress. And, as a result, like I have type 2 diabetes, and I don't talk about that a whole lot, but, I've been able to very, very well manage it with diet and exercise. And then I have a small oral prescription medication that I take. It's a very low dose, and I've been able to control my blood sugar for years and years this way. And now all of a sudden I can't. And so I'm feeling the stress of that because like I was like, okay, I got my blood work back I got it done on Friday, what was it? The 6th? Was it the 6th? No. It was the 3rd. I went. And I got my blood work back. And my A1C, my blood sugar A1C was higher than it has really ever been. It's not terrible. I know that there are people that have it worse than I do, but I said, okay, you know what? I've been lax with my diet. I've been eating more, you know, carbs and things like that. Like normally I'm a lot more under control with it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back to no carbs, and I'm going to have no carb days. So now I have days of the week when I can eat carbs and days of the week when I'm not eating carbs. So I'm kind of doing like a keto on, keto off type of thing, just because I'm trying to manage my blood sugar. It has nothing to do with me trying to manage my weight at this point. I just really want to bring my blood sugars down. So the last few days, I have eaten 0 carbs. Like, we're talking healthy vegetables, proteins, and drinking water and all the things. And I've been monitoring my blood sugar more regularly with my glucose monitor, and my blood sugars aren't going down. They're staying high. And I don't know why, because I'm eating, and I took a 1 mile walk the other day, and you know, I'm making healthy choices, and I can't get my blood sugars to change. So I don't know if it's just the place I am in my perimenopause journey, or if it's something else. I don't know. What I do know is that it's frustrating and I feel trapped. And, you know, I'm not like seeking advice, you know, on here, maybe some fellowship and that, but like, I know I could go on a GLP-1. I'm not there yet. I know a lot of people are on them, and I know that they're working for people, and I think that that's wonderful and great. And maybe that will be my journey. I'm not saying that I'm opposed to it, but that's just not where I am right now. I'd really like to see my numbers just improve. I'm doing what I think I need to do. I changed my diet. I'm exercising. I'm drinking water. I feel like I'm doing what I need to do in order to be healthier, and I know it's good for my body to do those things, so I'm going to continue to do it. But it's definitely a letdown when you make a shift and you're used to seeing that shift work, and now it's not. So I guess, you know, the last couple videos I've had some serious things that I've talked about, and I don't want to bring anybody down. So like, we'll bring it back to the joy again. But like, that's just been kind of getting in my headspace. And then when I'm feeling that way, I'm not feeling like doing this. Like, I'm not feeling like getting on camera to show what I'm doing, but I do feel like stitching during that time. So I am, you know, using that as my outlet and going in and working on my projects. And that does help. It gives me, you know, a sense of joy to, you know, sit and actually be able to stitch. So that's one of the reasons my husband was like, I'd like you to stitch some today. I really think that you need to take some time to stitch. Like, because I was just on the phone with him a little while ago, and I had a really healthy lunch, and I took my blood sugar and it was like 150, and I was like, how is it 150? I had this really healthy lunch and I didn't eat any carbs. You know, so it's like, I don't know. I'm just going to stop. I'm going to stop now, and I'm going to smile more, and I'm going to say, you know what? You know, like, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. 935 subscribers the other day I looked, and that is amazing. I do want to give a shout out to the people that have shouted me out, so that I can feel like I am sharing with them. And I don't know if I'm pretty sure I had not watched her videos before, but I definitely started watching them when she shouted me out on her channel. But let me just go in and pull her up so that I can give you her name. Because I want to make sure that Jen's Stitchy Corner is who she is. So I just want to say thank you, a big thank you to her for shouting me out and encouraging her viewers to come and spend some time with me. I've gotten a lot of lovely comments on my WIP parade. I've tried to answer each one, or at least acknowledge each one if I didn't answer it. So thank you if you left a comment. Thank you if you subscribe to my channel. Thank you for encouraging others to do that as well if you have done that. I've been on Floss-tube for 4 years. You can go back and watch me 4 years ago, when I first started. And actually, you know what? Was it 2021? It could have been 5 years. Oh my gosh. I wonder if it's been 5 years. I'll have to go back. I'll have to go back and see when my first video was. But I appreciate you. I love that you have come here and spent time with me. I am so humbled by this community and everybody that has commented, shared me, or reached out to me. I am on Instagram. Kimberly.chamberlain.14 is my Instagram. Please go ahead and you can follow me there. I don't post on there very much, but whenever I do, it's usually cross-stitch related. I try to keep my Facebook and my cross-stitching a little bit separated. However, when I post on Facebook, you will often see that post on Instagram as well, but I do not share my Instagram posts to Facebook because I try to keep my cross-stitching community on Instagram. If you have any questions about any of the patterns that you saw today or anything like that, please feel free to reach out. Please say nice things. If you're in this community and you are on a Floss-tubers account, please keep your comments friendly and nice. I know that we put ourselves out there and that's our choice, but it's also your choice to be kind. So I appreciate that. If you are going to make a comment, to make kind comments, and if you are going to be critical of anything, please be mindful that that criticism can come off and hurt people's feelings. And I know that that's not who people are meant to be. I just want to spread kindness and love and joy. And I hope that that gets across in every one of my videos. I hope that that's who I hope that that's the person that I am in, like, kind of sending out into the world. And so not that I'm on a soapbox, but I'm one of those people that will worry about what I say and what I've shown. But thank you again for this community. Thank you for joining me. And I really, really look forward to building it bigger. And I hope that you all are having a great stitchy moment wherever you are. You are stitching on something wonderful that brings you so much joy. And I will see you all in the next one.